Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a good Tuesday. Had a good Tuesday. We got a nice, I believe, 10 game slate for tomorrow. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA, I make videos for NFL. All of these videos get posted on this subreddit. It's called DF Sports up here. And you can find my posts. My username here is Shook. I post updates with all the news that comes out. People talk strategy here. You can ask me questions about the slate. I'll always respond to you. So check that out if that's something you don't know that I do. And then if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me privately on Reddit Messenger, or you can get a hold of me on Twitter at Tori Langley 1992. Just be careful if you do follow me. I tilt a lot. Very, very tilting stuff. Also, if you're interested, I do sportsbook stuff. I'll post some sportsbook parlays, but we do like 6 legs, 7 legs, or at least I do. So obviously, 6 leg, 7 leg parlays, 8 leg parlays are definitely not plus EV. So if that's something you're interested in, um, don't expect money from it because it's definitely minus EV. If you ever need help with like a single play, I can definitely help you out with that. But yeah, Discord link would be down below. So I show you guys my lineups every night. I'll show you my lineups tonight. Had a good night tonight. I only played one lineup, but I entered it in 2 contests. So I really thought I wasn't gonna cash tonight. Um, I really didn't think I was. What was cash line? 303. I scored 306. So, and the cash line was 299, and there was still over half left in that Lakers game. So, I really thought I wasn't going to cash tonight. I really didn't. And I was tilting so hard. This had to have been one of the most tilting slates for me in a very, very long time. Chris Paul, he had 12 fantasy points at half. That third quarter from Chris Paul was absolutely insane. I've never seen someone outside of like a Jokic or a Luka score that many fantasy points that quick. He went from 12 to 39 in a quarter. Literally in a quarter. He went for pretty much 30 fantasy points in a quarter. Obviously, he didn't play the fourth quarter, which is very unfortunate. I was very, very tilted. People in Discord know that. I was literally freaking out because of it. I thought it was going to absolutely kill me. And Daniel Gafford, this guy, man, fouls out in 19 minutes. Does anyone run worse? I don't think so. So let's say Daniel Gafford stays out of foul trouble and gets his normal 26 to 20 to 30 minutes. Let's say he goes for like what 33, so add another 10 to him, and then Chris Paul plays the fourth quarter, goes for like what a measly 12, so add 22, so 22 plus 306 is 329. Where would I have finished? Oh, would have been up here. Would have been an even better night. So I got beat by a guy that played Reggie Bullock. The core that I had for today was T.J. McConnell. He absolutely smashed. Peyton Pritchard. He absolutely smashed. Denny Avdija. He absolutely smashed. And then I had Tyler Harrow, a core play. He was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I swear, every time Tyler Harrow is chalk, he just busts. He just busts. And then I rounded out my lineup with Buddy Hield. I was kind of shocked at Jason Tatum's ownership. I understand it was a back-to-back. It was a really, really tough spot, but once I thought Butler got rolled out, I thought the spot got a little bit better. He had like 55 fantasy points going into the fourth, and then just didn't do anything in the fourth. Could have been a lot better, but he was still really good. As we mentioned, Daniel Gafford fouled out in 19 minutes, picks up two quick fouls in the first, comes back, picks up a third, starts the second half, picks up another, comes back in, I believe, at the start of the fourth, picks up another two, and fouls out right away. So Denny was phenomenal. I'm going to go right back to him tomorrow. I thought he was one of the best value plays on the slate. I told everyone in Discord, don't overthink it. Play Denny. I think he is actually a better play off the bench because he'll be playing with the second unit and he'll be a much, much higher usage guy. He got to the free throw line 11 times. That's crazy. So, good night for me. I really hope you guys had a good night, and let's go over this 10 game slate for tomorrow. So, what are we doing here? Why is TJ McConnell still $6,000? I don't understand it. So, Halliburton's out. We have Nembhard questionable. We'll go over it both ways. So, if Nembhard's in, I like the ceiling on Miles Turner. I don't love the spot against Orlando. This game should stay competitive, so you should see mid 30s minutes for him. Like I said, I don't love the spot, but I think he's an okay play at that price tag. I like Buddy Hield once again at 6.2K. They're going to run an extremely tight rotation as long as this game stays competitive. Had a bad shooting game tonight, still went for almost 50 fantasy points. Definitely can expect 3 blocks and 4 steals again, but I think some of the output will go a little bit more to those points if he had a better shooting game. So I think Buddy Hield's a pretty good play once again. I think he'll be pretty popular tomorrow after going alone tonight with that shooting forward eligibility. So like Buddy Hield, as long as TJ McConnell continues to start, um, he looks amazing at 6K. And, he should be, like I said, an 8K player if he's playing this many minutes and staying in the starting lineup and running the point. Just a guy that can contribute in so many different ways. So CJ McConnell looks amazing. Even if Nemhard's in and he still starts, I still love McConnell. Matherin, another guy that's going to play huge minutes. I think he's solid at 5.4K. Had a good game tonight. Just with no Halliburton, man. The rotation gets way tighter. The usage gets spread all around. So I like all of these Pacers guys. Nemhard in play if he plays. I don't love it though. Would much rather go to the main guys. And then if Nemhard's out, Naismith and Duarte will benefit from that. Duarte had a good game in 26 minutes tonight. He would be playable at 3.4K, and Naismith would be playable at 3.7K. I would definitely probably prefer Duarte to Naismith just because he has a higher ceiling, but both would definitely be playable if Nemhard is out. Let's move on to Orlando. So it's a good spot here. If you want to buy low on Banchero, I mean, be my guest. I think it's fine. I don't know what happened, man. In the beginning of the season, when I was in the hospital, this guy was absolutely crushing every slate. I came home from the hospital and I looked at his game log and I was like, holy shit, this guy is the real fucking deal. And then like the past month, he's just been, I mean, still very very good for a rookie, but for DFS purposes, just has not been good. So if you want to buy low, I don't hate it. Now that he's priced at an all-time low. Franz, no. Wanacar Jr., no. Fultz, no. Cold, no. So really no one for me on Orlando. And I'm super hyped for this game. I can't wait to watch this game. You have Harden. You have Brooklyn going back, meeting with Harden. You obviously have Ben Simmons coming back to Philly for the second time this season. With possibly a fully healthy Sixers. So going to be a really, really fun game. So no Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving, I think, looks like one of the better spend ups on the slate. I don't care that's a matchup against Philly. I don't care it's tough. They do play slow, but the usage, I told you guys, he just had to shoot the ball a little bit better, and he was going to absolutely crush. I preached that. Shot the ball a little bit better, absolutely crushed. Shot the ball better, crushed even more. Shot the ball better, crushed. So as long as he has a mid-tier or a good shooting game, he is going to crush. So I think Kyrie looks good. Don't love Claxton at this price tag, especially if Embiid's going to play, but they're playing huge minutes, so he's definitely playable. I don't love Ben Simmons. He barely played last game. They didn't close with them, I'm pretty sure, but if you're into revenge game narratives, be my guest. Go for it. I still don't love it, though. Royce, no. Seth, no. Warren, no. Joe Harris is playable. Probably plays close to 30 minutes. Very, very reliant on scoring, though. Revenge game narratives for Seth Curry, but I still think he's a little bit too pricey for my liking. Let's move on to Phillies. So, Joel Embiid, the big questionable tag here. If he's in, I like him for GPPs. I think the price tag isn't appealing, but I think it is a really, really good spot for him, and I think you could just see him absolutely explode here. So I think Joel Embiid makes for a good GPP play if he plays. Harden, completely okay as well, then I'd be off the other guys. But if Joel Embiid is out, then fire up some Harden at sub 10K price tag. Revenge game for him as well. I think he would look really good. I think Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, DeAnthony Melton, Those three guys would be pretty solid plays as well. And then we saw Montrezl Harrell start at the 5 last game. He played 33 minutes. Assuming he starts at the 5 again, I think he would be a solid value play. If they start PJ Tucker at the 5, Montrez will play the backup 5. Paul Reed most likely DNPs. If they start Montrez at the 5, Paul Reed will be the backup 5, and he would be a playable value for GPPs. On to Atlanta, and the front court I think looks amazing here. So DeAndre Hunter questionable, Onyeka Okongwu questionable. We'll go over it both ways. So like Trey Murray, just GPP only plays for me. They both have a ceiling, but they've both been underperforming of late. I still think they're a little bit pricey for me. I think Collins is solid regardless of news. I think he's just going to play huge minutes regardless. I like the spot here up against Oklahoma City Thunder. I think he's solid. Clint Capella, if Hunter and Okongwu is in, I think he probably plays low to mid 20s minutes. I would definitely still have interest at this price tag, but would prefer Hunter and Okongwu to be out. And then I probably wouldn't go to anyone else. But if Hunter and Okongwu are out, then fire up Collins, fire up Capella. I think Capella would look like one of the best plays on the slate. Played 36 minutes last game, went for 41 fantasy points. Phenomenal point per minute guy. Really good matchup up against Oklahoma City Thunder. I think he would look like I said, one of the better plays on the slate. I think Collins would even look better. Would really like the front court guys if those two guys are out. And then we saw Bog move into the starting lineup, played 33 minutes. I think he would be a pretty solid value with shooting forward eligibility. And you also saw 30 minutes for AJ Griffin at 3.3K. Not a good point per minute guy, but would definitely be in play for salary relief if you need to go there. Move on to Oklahoma City Thunder. So I assume DeJounte Murray will be on Shy. So not a good matchup hit for him, but I think this is a good in-game environment for pace. I think Atlanta's like mid, and Oklahoma City Thunder's faster, if I recall correctly. I like his ceiling, but like I said, I don't like the individual matchup, but I think he's okay for GPPs. Giddey, 7.8K, slowed down of late. He was chalk here, kind of busted, chalk here, did okay, chalk here, smashed. I assume the ownership will be a little bit lower on him tomorrow, so I don't hate him as like a GPP play now that everyone's probably going to be off him. I definitely do prefer Murray, maybe for like $400 more, but I think he's a fine play. Jalen, no. Dort, no. So yeah, not much. I think Dort will probably be on Trey, so maybe I prefer Murray on the other side on Atlanta. I'm not going to play whoever starts at the 5, so for me, really, it's just OKC, the top two guys. So we have Gobert questionable. I fully expect him to play. So at the top, I like him. Even with Gobert in, he had a big game last game. This is Ant's team right now. He's going to play close to 40 minutes if this game stays close. Very good defender. Can get those defensive stats. Can stuff the stat sheet. Yeah, I still like him even at 9.5K. Has that shooting guard, shooting forward eligibility, which is very, very clutch. So, yeah, I like Ant. D'Lo played huge minutes last game. I don't think we can expect that again, but I think he's a very, very safe play. Safe play in the mid range. I don't hate it one bit. Gobert, if he plays and he's not on a limit at 6.8K, I think he's too cheap. So, like Gobert, if he plays, Anderson, no. McDaniels, no. With Gobert back. Niles Reed, no. With the Gobert back. We have Prince out. Maybe that could help. That'll probably help more minutes for guys like McDaniels. I guess he's playable. But yeah. Really just the main guys for me on the Timberwolves. Let's move on to the Pelicans. So we have Brandon Ingram doubtful, I believe. We're going to go over it assuming everyone was out. So I don't expect Najee to play. I don't expect Brandon Ingram to play. Dyson Daniels left the game today, so I don't expect him to play either. So if everyone's in, I'm just going to cross off the Pelicans. But if everyone's out, I mean, CJ's just been, this guy, man. This guy's just been god awful. He went for 28 fantasy points and 19 fantasy points. Draftkings has the audacity to bump his price up. So, I mean, with how he's playing of late, just a GPP only play, just a dart. He'll be extremely low owned. So, fine tournament play. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Jonas Valanciunas minutes way down, the price up. Don't like that either. If Najee and Dyson Daniels out, you're probably going to see huge minutes for Trey Murphy. I think he would be like a safe play in the mid range, not someone I'm going to go out of my way to play, not someone I don't care if I land on him. Completely fine. Alvarado probably plays mid 20s minutes. Safe play. He's got a stuff stat sheet. Very good defender. Okay option. And then this grouping of like, yeah, Herb Jones more out there for his defense. But if Najee's out, if Dyson Daniels out, he's probably going to have to play all the minutes he can handle. And I honestly think he would be pretty solid at 4.4K. Larry Nance is okay. And then you saw Jackson Hayes start tonight. I think he got into foul trouble. No, he did not. He just sucked. But if Jackson Hayes starts again, playable value. We saw Hernan Gomez in the rotation, but I think that's definitely getting a little bit too risky. So yeah, I think that'll be it for the Pelicans. Let's move on to Denver. So tough spot here. Milwaukee, one of the best defensive teams in the league. They don't play. I just don't think they play fast. Or they do play fast, if I recall correctly. But Jokic, matchup proof. I really don't like the spot though. I really don't like playing players against Milwaukee. So, but he's always in play. I don't have to give you guys an analysis on that. One of the best point per minute guys in basketball today. So yeah, I just don't like this game environment at all. So not my favorite spend up, but definitely always in play. Murray has been absolutely on fire. Now he gets a tough matchup against Milwaukee. I wonder if they're going to be able to slow him down here. But look at the minutes: 38, 40 minutes. He's been shooting the ball very, very well. I think he should be 8K in my opinion. I really do. So I think Murray's fine. Gordon, no. If MPJ's out, which I assume he'll be out, you'll see Bruce Brown start. I think he's solid at 5.2K. I think that's a little bit too cheap as long as he stays in the starting lineup. And I'm not going to go to anyone else. Let's move on to Milwaukee. So don't play Giannis. Do not. He's on a limit. They don't tell us he's on a limit, but whenever he comes back from injury, he will be on a limit. That's why I mashed his unders last game. I definitely got bailed out by the blowout, but he will not play big minutes tomorrow. I think the most minutes he's going to play tomorrow is like 30 to 32. So just know whenever he comes back from an injury, he will be limited. So just be careful with Giannis. But if you want to take the shot, go for it. I think Drew's a little bit pricey. Middleton on a limit as well. Can't go there. Bobby Portis is out. Probably going to see huge minutes for Brook Lopez, but I don't love the price and the spot going up against Jokic, and that's going to be it for Milwaukee. Let's move on to Washington. So Porzingis going to be out. I still like Kuzma, even at 8.8K. He's going to play close to 40 minutes as long as this game stays close. Him, Beal, going to be the clear highest usage guys on this team. Kuzma's a good rebounder, good scorer, so I still think he can pay off this price tag. So I still like Kuzma. I like Beal too. Had a very, very bad game tonight. I think he gets closer to that 32 to 35 minute mark tomorrow. It's a phenomenal spot going up against Houston. I think Beal's a pretty solid play at 7.2K. Monte Morris just seems super safe. Been playing extremely well of late. Guy that can stuff the stat sheet. I think he's okay. I like Gafford. I'm probably going to go back, and he's probably going to get fat out in 19 minutes, but should start. As long as he can stay out of foul trouble, probably plays close to 30 minutes. I think he's a pretty good value at 4.7K. DeLon Wright, I mean, this guy's just been playing extremely, extremely well. If you want to keep riding this DeLon Wright hot streak, absolutely be my guest. I will not hate you for it. The only thing bad about it is he only has point guard eligibility. But if you want to ride this hot streak, do it. Guy's been absolutely on fire. And I love Denny once again. I absolutely love Denny once again. Really good rebounder. Guy that can get it done in a lot of different ways. Everyone in Discord was wondering if we should get off Denny with him not starting. No. I said no. I like him better off the bench. The ownership's going to drop, which in fact it did drop. I like his usage better off the bench. So I really like Denny a lot for value here. Once again, no Rui, no Porzingis anymore, so his minutes are going to be up. We do have Kendrick Nunn available for tomorrow. Or was he available tonight? He wasn't, I don't think, but I don't think that'll change much. I have no idea. But Kispert had a good game. He started, played 34 minutes. A guy playable at min price, but he's not going to have this big of a game again, in my opinion. But a playable guy at min price. I don't know what they're going to do with Nunn. I really don't, because I know they wanted to get Goodwin more minutes. Maybe Nunn's just going to DMP, and they just got him for no reason. I have no idea. Let's move on to Houston. So, really good spot here. Sengun is just going to absolutely destroy Daniel Gafford. I always love targeting Daniel Gafford. This is the prime spot to target Daniel Gafford tomorrow. No Kevin Porter Jr. They're running the offense through Sengun. Look at the assists. Look at the rebounds. Look at the points. I still really like Sengun, even at 8.7K. Might only just be a GPP play at this price, but I still really like him in a really good matchup going up against Gafford. So, like me some Sengun. Jalen Green has a tremendous ceiling when he's hitting his shots, but a really low floor when he's not. So, tournament only play for me. Jabari, if he plays, he's okay. KD Martin will continue to start, probably plays it for 30 minutes. Fine play, seems safe. If Jabari is in, probably Terry Eason is just a dart throw. Eric Gordon, with no Kevin Porter Jr., gets a boost as well. I think he's an okay value play, and then you guys know what to do if Jabari's out, right? Terry Eason would be one of the best value plays on the slate. Would absolutely love Terry Eason. Phenomenal point per minute guy. Very good rebounder. Probably plays mid 20s minutes. Still too cheap. He should be like 5.5K with Jabari out. So Terry Eason looks great if Jabari is out. So love me some Terry. Won me a ton of money in Summer League. So Memphis at Golden State, so it's a good matchup here for Memphis. But with Bane back, man, John Morant just takes a hit usage-wise. So until his price comes down, I'm going to keep staying away. Desmond Bane actually averages almost the same fantasy points per minute as John Morant does. So just give me Desmond Bane at $2,000 cheaper and his shooting guard eligibility. So I like Bane over Ja. Jaren, no. Tyus, no. We do have Steven Adams out, so you're probably going to get Xavier Tillman starting at the 5. Listen, if he starts at the 5, he's a good value, but definitely got bailed out by Brandon Clark foul trouble. That's why he played 30 minutes again. I like Brandon Clark even if he starts or comes off the bench. Nobody's going to go back to him. He's going to be extremely low owned. I think if he can stay out of foul trouble, he probably plays close to 25 minutes up against a small ball Warriors team. I really do. So just be careful because he's always in foul trouble, but nobody's going to be on him tomorrow. So even if he starts, he's going to be an amazing play. Like if Brandon Clark starts, you play Brandon Clark. But I really like him for GPPs, even if he comes off the bench, just because nobody's going to play him. Just no one's going to play him. So yeah, I think that's it. Brooks is playable at 4.8K, but with John Morant back, I don't love it. Warriors, this team's easy to talk about. It's just Steph for me for GPPs, and really that's it. I think he's okay. Not my favorite, not my least favorite. So just Steph for me for GPPs. Wiggins, Draymond, they seem safe, but I don't think the ceiling is really there for me to want to go to them in my single entry. So really good spot here for Toronto. We have OG back, I believe. I expect him to be back. So good luck trying to figure out which guy's going to have a big game. It's kind of like rolling a dice here. I think they're all good GPP plays. Scotty Barnes definitely been the most consistent of the bunch. So if you want the safe route, maybe go to Scotty Barnes. But I don't know how to rank these guys. I really don't. So Scotty 1, maybe. Yeah, I don't know how to rank them. I think they're all good tournament plays, though, in this spot. So, like Siakam, like Fred, like Scotty, like Trent, like OG, assuming he plays. Precious, I think, would be a little bit overpriced if he comes off the bench. If OG is out and he starts and goes back to playing this many minutes, I would like him for value. And then I would like Boucher off the bench, who played 23 minutes, but Nurse has shown in the past that his minutes are very, very volatile, so just be careful there if OG Anunoby is in fact out. Let's move on to Sacramento. So, Sabonis is like a walking triple double, right? But he's always in that like 50 fantasy point range. So, I like Sabonis. Do I question his ceiling sometimes? Yes, absolutely. But I don't like the matchup, but I think he's always in play. Same with Fox. And the rotation is extremely tight of late. So the wings, Barnes, Herter, Murray, these guys are playing close to 40 minutes if this game stays close. More so Keegan Murray. I think they all look solid in the mid range. And I think Keegan Murray is definitely my favorite of the bunch. He'll play close to 40 minutes as long as this game stays close. Malik Monk just tournament only, and I think that's it for Sacramento. Let's move on to Utah. So, Markkanen continues to absolutely smash. I don't hate him. I really don't. Price went down, been extremely consistent, really good rebounder, solid scorer, clear number one on this team. I think it's a pace up spot. I actually forget. I'm gonna look at that. I feel like actually Portland has been playing a lot slower this year. I feel like they have. They have. They're like middle of the pack. So not a pace up spot, but I think he's perfectly fine. Clarkson, no. Good matchup for Walker Kessler, but this guy, once again, always in foul trouble. I like him. I like his ceiling for GPPs, but just know if you play him, you're going to get your heart broken. Conley, no. Beasley, no. It's really just Mark and Kess for me. And I love Dame. This guy has just been playing extremely, extremely confident. He's playing close to 40 minutes game. He's distributing the ball very, very well. His teammates are hitting shots finally. So I think Dame looks like one of the best spend-ups on the slate. Nurk, if he can stay out of foul trouble in a really good spot, I like him. Went for 56 fantasy points in 27 minutes. Game blew out, got into foul trouble. So if he stays out of foul trouble, probably plays 35-ish minutes. Like his ceiling a lot. Simons, no. Grant, no. I think Hart's super safe at 5.1K. Just a guy that can contribute in a lot of different ways. Good rebounder. He'll have the ball in his hand some. Not going to shoot the ball a ton, but we'll get those fantasy points with rebounds, assists, and some points. If you think Nurk gets into foul trouble, you can consider Drew Eubanks, but I'm not in the business of guessing on if players are going to get into foul trouble or not. So, really good match here for the Spurs. I like Keldon's ceiling quite a bit, actually. I actually do like Keldon on the slate. He's shooting for eligibility, which is a weak position. It's a really good spot going up against the Lakers. He's not a guard, but I also think forwards have been doing well against the Lakers. The only issue here is Anthony Davis, I believe, is going to be back tomorrow, so that definitely hurts a little bit. But I really like the spot. It's a pace-up spot. These two teams play at the fastest paces in the league. I want to get to a piece of this game, and I think Keldon might be that piece. So I like Keldon quite a bit. I think Trey is completely fine, but the minutes definitely not going to play huge minutes. But this could be a spot where you finally see him go for 40 plus fantasy points. If Jakob Poeltl could stay out of freaking foul trouble, I like his ceiling quite a bit. So I like Jakob for tournaments. Sochan, Jeremy, Josh Richardson, they're playable values. And I think that's it. Let's move on to the Lakers. So Anthony Davis will be back. Rui Hachimura will make his debut. So I'm not touching the Lakers. I think they're all pretty bad plays. LeBron with AD back takes your usage hit. Almost 12K. No thank you. Anthony Davis going to be on a limit. Westbrook probably loses a little bit of minutes. Actually, maybe not, but definitely takes a hit with AD back. No thank you. Schroeder definitely takes a hit. No thank you. Thomas Bryant out of play now at this price tag. Rui Hachimura, I have no idea how much he's going to play. So the Lakers are completely cross off for me. So I want to attack the Spurs side if I'm going to be playing anyone from this game. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.